Okay, y'all, it is story time. What it do, Shiesty crew? Hey, Shiesty Bays on the bay line. Nah, I really don't know what to say. I gotta figure that out still. I know I've been trying to figure it out of what to start as my intro, but y'all know how that be for new timers. Well, not really new timer, but really new timer. So, it is story time. And I have a story to tell you guys. Just wait on it. This story is about when I lost my virginity. It's a big topic. Um, okay, let me start off saying he was my first love, somebody I trusted and confided in. And we were like this. But, you know, things change, people change, feelings change too. So let me get into it. Okay, I was 16 and a half. I was about to turn 17 in a week. And I've been like he was comfortable with me not wanting to do it so soon and stuff like that, but I could tell that it was getting thin. But for him being so witted on waiting, that was a plus. So how it started, I was at my cousin's house in the east, and I met him at school in Hayward when I went to school in Hayward. And it's crazy because I used to date his cousin for like a week. For a week. Probably a sympathy date. Like, I felt bad for him and stuff like that. But it was a week because that breath was kicking. He tried to kiss me. I was like, oh. So, yeah, that ended. Nigga tried to take my phone and still in the bathroom. So I used to take model pics with my cousin. Like, with lingerie on. We used to buy lingerie and just take pics and shit. I wish I still had that phone because it has all the pictures and videos that we ever did in there. But long story short, he was done for. I can't do bad hygiene with your breath. Like, come on now. You got a girlfriend, you don't want to kiss her. But that breath, you ain't had no Mentos, you ain't had no Listerine strips, you ain't had no toothpaste or toothbrush on deck. So that was out. But back to my first, which is his cousin. I had a crush on him in high school and stuff like that. He used to be one of them guys that run around messing with girls, and he started this little belt thing, trying to hit people with belts and shit, like, you know, on the slap ass Tuesdays and shit like that, or slap thigh Tuesdays where girls is wearing, in the summertime, girls wearing shorts to school or skirts, dresses, and if your thighs is out, they getting smacked. So my thighs is out, and he was trying to come and smack mine, and I was like, boy, don't do that. And he was all like, why not? And I was like, you know, I didn't talk that much because he was my crush and shit like that. I was kind of shy and shit like that. But he from the hood and shit like that, so he's a hood nigga. So how it started, we was at my cousin's house in the east, chilling. I was with my two other cousins. He called me and he's like, what you doing? You know, the little couple shit, what you doing? I miss you, I want to see you, da 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 da. And yeah, I'm a virgin, so he knows ain't shit popping. So for him to want to see me and chill, that was cool. You know, we sat up on the couch and we watched 106 in Park. So that's when Fantasia, When I See You, came out. So I was singing that song. I could just picture in my mirror, start to blush when somebody says your name. And I used to like sing that shit. I used to have vocals. I don't know more. And we was like comfy. So my cousins and them, my two cousins, they was all like, oh, we finna go to the bangle store and buy some bangles and shit like that. I was like, well, you know, I got some big ass hands. I can't fit all bangles. She's like, it's an Indian store we're gonna check out, and they got different sizes. She's like, do you want to come? I was like, oh no, I'm chill. And my ex, which was my boyfriend at the time, he had walked out. I think he went to the store or something to go cop some shit or whatever, but they left. Because I was all like, I was pushing it off, like, no, I don't want to go, da da da. I was jazzing, talking about hella shit, like, and stuff like that. And so they left eventually. So he came back, And we were still sitting on the couch watching 106 in Park. And he was talking about Free and how sexy she was and all that shit. And I was like, oh, for real? Free sexy? Even though she was. But I was like jealous, you know, teenage shit. And so we got closer and closer. And I was sitting on his lap and stuff like that. And he starts pulling me closer and closer. And I was like, what is you doing? And he was like, I'm just trying to get close to you. You know, I love you. And da-da-da-da. I was like, oh, I love you too. And I noticed that my urges was kicking. Like, I was feeling some type of way. Feeling way too seductive. So I kissed on his neck and stuff like that. And he was like, oh. And I felt an instant hardness down there. And I was like, ooh. You know, I'm a virgin, so it's like ill, not ill like that, but like, I don't do that. That's gross. That's nasty. So I got up. I was all like, you hard? He's like, what do you expect? Look at you. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, ever. So I had got up and I was just standing in front of him in front of the TV, and he was all like, what's up? And I was like, I feel like I'm ready. And he was all like, you ready? Like, what? He's like, are you sure? Da-da-da. I was like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Like, I love you, and it's time. I'm 16, about to be 17. It's time for me to experience this that everybody's talking about and fascinating over. So he was like, all right. So we went to the front room by the door. That way I can hear if somebody come in and stuff like that or anything, because the window was right there by the front door. And we got up in the room. He's like, he started taking his pants down. He was like, you want to take yours down? I was like, I was hella shy in it. So I took my pants down. And he's like, your shirt? And I took my shirt off. He was already naked, full naked. So I was just staring at his body like, damn. So I was shy. So I'm taking my shirt off. And he was like, you gonna take anything else off? And talk about my bra and panties. And I was like, So I took my panties off, and I was shy with that, and I was turned to the back, and he was like, just turn around or whatever. And I turned around, and he was like, it's just beautiful. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, you know, girl, I don't be lying about this type of shit. And I was like, okay. So I took my bra off, and I was like covering him up like this. He was like, come on now, don't be shy. He's all like, I'm gonna take care of you or whatever and all that shit. And I was like, you know, the simple shit that us girls do. Like, oh, okay. And I was like, wait, do you really love me? And he's like, yeah. And he was just like looking like this and shit like that. And I was like, good thing I want to do this and not him. So I took my clothes off, and he laid down, and he was trying to tell me to get on top. And I was all like, on top? Ain't that a little bit too much extreme for a virgin or whatever? He's like, well, it's however you comfortable. Do you want to lay down and I get on top? And I was like, yeah. And so I laid down, and I had my hands over my breast and shit like that, like cross hand. And he was like, you don't have to be shy. I love every part of your body. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, okay. So I moved my hands and stuff like that. And he started kissing my neck, and then, you know, go down to my breast. And then he started caressing me and shit like that. And then he was all like, it's gonna be quick. You know, the pain, it's gonna be quick. It's not gonna hurt that much. I was like, pain? Wait a minute. So I was like kind of shook off that. So we had a little 5-minute debate about it, naked and shit like that. Like, the fuck? Naked. And he got on top of me, and all I could think was like, oh my god, my heart was beating, racing, sunk all the way down to my ass, my heart. I couldn't find the motherfucker. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god, this is about to happen. This is really about to happen. So he actually puts the tip in first, and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. I was like, oh my god. He's like, you okay? I was like, yes. Just continue. So he's like, just relax. baby, relax. And I was like, okay, so I took like 3 deep breaths, and I was like, all right. And he just put it in, and I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. He was like, you okay? You okay? I'm like, yes. It just kind of hurts a little bit. So he was like, I'm going to go slow. So he started going real slow. And I was like, okay. And I started feeling, I was like, So we started doing it. Instantly, I feel like something happened. I peed on myself or something because it was slippery, slidery, super wet, super soaker. Water balloon burst out that motherfucker, like super wet. So I was all like, what is this? And he was all like, you're wet. And I was like, oh shit. And he was like, I like that. So he started going and going and shit like that. And we in missionary, just going and going. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying that shit. One thing I hear footsteps and my cousins talking loud. They coming. So I'm like, oh my God. I was like, my cousins are coming. He's like, what? So he instantly hop up and he's all like, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? I was like, put your clothes on. Put your clothes. Nigga, they got in the front door. And this the front door, this the room. So once you get into the front door, which is right here, you could turn into the room. I don't know what the fuck that one is. My nail, sorry, y'all. But once you get to the front door, it's the room. It's still in there. You cooking and shit. But yeah, the door was right there by the front door. So they come in. It's like, where is she at? Where is she at? And it's all like, oh, where you at? Da-da-da. I'm like, I'm in the room. Just so I don't be suspicious. And I instantly said, I'm in the room. And they come to the door, and they was like, why is the door locked? Open the door, open the door. They was like, who's in there? And they was like, is he in there with you? And I was like, no. And they was like, girl, quit lying. And I was like, yeah, he in here. And it's like, what y'all doing? So I opened the door, and he didn't have a shirt on. He had his pants on. I had my clothes on because I put the motherfuckers on hella fast and all that shit because I didn't want nobody to know that I just lost my virginity. So, well, I gave my virginity. I didn't lose it. And they came in and they was like, what was y'all doing? Why y'all sweating? Why is it hot in here? Da-da-da. They didn't say nothing about no sex smell, no nothing. So I was good. And I was like, we wasn't doing nothing but talking, cupcaking and shit like that. My cousin was looking at me like, talking. I was like, yeah, the fuck? So, hold on, y'all. It's a bug. Okay, so I said we was talking and shit like that. So we came out the room, and my cousin instantly started getting attitudes with him and shit like that. And they start arguing, and he's like, I'm about to go. I'm gonna call you as soon as I get to the bus stop. Da 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 da. And we youngins, like I'm 16 and he 19, so it was cool for me because I was gonna be 17. It don't matter. So he was my crush, and I loved him and stuff like that. So I had lost my virginity. And my cousins, they was nagging about it, and they was like, did you lose your virginity? I was like, no. Why would I do that? Like, why would I do that? And they was all like, well, y'all was in the room alone. And I was like, yeah. And they was like, and y'all was sweating. I was like, yeah, it was hot in that motherfucker. It's summertime. And they was like, So my other cousin left, and me and my cousin, we left because we was going back to Hayward. And we was walking. It was like Mother's Day, and I went to go buy my mom. I went to Torrid and bought my mom a dress and matching jewelry and shit like that because it was her birthday on Mother's Day. So I bought her more than just a dress and jewelry and stuff. So, and I bought her some snacks or whatever. We was walking through the parking lot of the mall, and she was all like, if you ever lose your virginity, would I be the first one you tell? I was like, girl, yeah. I was like, but that didn't happen. She was like, oh, and she was still giving that look like, oh. And I was like, you know what? I lost my virginity. She's like, what? And she socked me in my arm. I was like, damn. She's all like, when was this? I was like, when y'all was gone. She's like, I knew it, bitch. I knew it. What? Oh, I'm going to kill him. I was like, no, I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it. And she's like, oh my God, how did it feel? I was like, it hurted for the first put in, but after a while it got good. But then it was talking extra wet. She was all like, yo, cherry popped in. I was like, what is that? She's like, that's when y'all getting it in and you pop the cherry and you just start flowing. And I was like, flowing with what? Because I know a cherry is red and I wasn't bleeding. She was like, oh, well, maybe he didn't do it right. I was like, but I was super wet. I was like, ugh, I was super, super wet. So she was all like, damn, da da da. So she was nagging me about that the whole time, even though she was proud that I actually did something. And we got to the house and I had seen my mom and stuff like that. And my cousin, before we got to the house, she was like, you might want to walk different because you're walking with a switch in your hip. And I was like, oh shit, it's really that noticeable? She's like, girl, parents know. So I got up in the house. I seen my mom. I seen my auntie. And gave my mom her gift. I was like, happy Mother's Day. Happy birthday. She's like, thank you, baby. And I gave her the stuff. And she was just staring at me and shit like that. I'm like, did this motherfucker rat on me? Did she rat? Like, the fuck? Why is my mom looking at me like that? So my mom comes and sit by me and she's like, tell me the truth. And I was like, what? And she was like, did you lose your virginity? I was like, oh, yes. I told the truth. I was like, yes. She was like, oh my God, my baby ain't a baby no more. How did it feel? I was like, it hurted, but it was cool afterwards. Then she started crying. I was like, oh man, mom, don't cry. And she's like, my baby not a baby no more. I was like, fuck, I'm not a baby no more. So we both was just sitting there and she was crying and I was tearing. I was getting teary-eyed and shit like that, seeing my mama cry and stuff. And but I tell you, that was the experience of a lifetime. And after that, I'm gonna tell you, I really didn't find sex that fun, intriguing, like to keep going and going and going. I really did that. Then me and him tried to do it again, and he tried to finger me, but his nails was long, and I was like, that's not working. It hurts. And yeah, but after that, I really didn't have sex like that no more. It was just a curiosity thing for me, and it was cool. I turned 17 and it was cool. But after that, I would say like months later, I had got another boyfriend when I moved from the Bay. I moved to the Valley and I got another boyfriend and he was 21 and I was 17. And my mom, she wasn't cool with that, but then she was. She's like, if y'all gonna be hanging out and all that other stuff, come to the house. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere with him, all that other stuff. And I was like, cool. So I invited him over to the house and stuff like that. And we was chilling. You know, weeks went by, we was chilling. Then he invited me over his house, and his partner was there, and my god sister was with me, and we was all chilling. And my god sister started talking to his boy, or whatever. He was cute too. His boy was cute too, but mine was sexy because he was light skinned, caramel complexion, had a fade, and he was looking dapper. You feel me? So we went to his room. He had a nice big ass bed and shit like that. He was talking about watching shows and shit like that. So I'm sitting on the bed and stuff like that. And he goes into the closet and he has hella shoe boxes at the top. Hella shoe boxes. Some with different things. Some with shoes. Some with other stuff. He had this one shoe box that had hella different panties in it. So that just turned me the fuck off. But when he came back and he was changing his clothes and he dropped them drawers. Whoa! I was like, damn, let me try that. You feel me? It was a different size than what I ever had. So this was the second time me ever having sex, and it was just massive. Massive. He was massive. And I was just like, oh, I like this. I like sex. But I didn't do it nymphily style. I just still did my times, like not doing it for a long time and stuff like that. But it was cool. Sitting here reminiscing off of it right now. But other than that, I didn't do it like that anymore. I had boyfriends and stuff like after him and stuff like that, and they just all annoyed me. Like I was so annoyed. Like I was just like, ooh, I don't want you no more. Ooh, ooh. And my first, he was like hitting me like we never broke up. He just moved. We never said it was done and over with. I was like, boy, it was done and over with. I moved somewhere hella far from where you is, and you wasn't trying to travel to come see me, and I wasn't traveling out there. I had school and all that other stuff, so I was doing me, and he started doing him and all that shit. So that concludes my story, and I hope you guys liked it. Like, comment, and let me know what y'all think about it, and tell me about y'all first time. Was it wet? Or was it steamy? Was it dry? Like, let me know something. And subscribe. Like, show people my channel. Subscribe. And I will be back with a mukbang with my little cousin. She has a channel. Help her fix that up because her channel doesn't really have a name. It's like XYZ letters and shit like that. So I'm gonna help her with that. But we're gonna do a mukbang. We're probably gonna do the hot chips mukbang, different types of hot chips, but I'll let y'all know. So comment down below what hot chips we should grab. Because I've had the normal Chester Cheetos, the hot ones, the extra flaming hot. I had the Doritos Tapito, and I've had Takis. I don't really like Takis, but for the mukbang, I'll do it for y'all. So let me know what y'all think. So like, comment, subscribe, and you could dislike this motherfucker if you want to, because that all counts for me. It's all a good look. Sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you get bad stuff. So let me know what y'all think. Alright, I'm out.